Before I became a professor, I used to go to schools and talk to students in middle school, high school, community college, and universities. And I'll tell the students about my day-to-day activities as a transportation engineer. At some point, I was acting as a traffic design engineer, and at other point, I was acting as a traffic analysis engineer. Though they may seem the same, there is a distinct differences between a traffic design engineer and a traffic analysis engineer. Some companies just call them transportation engineer. Now, the question is, what is the difference between a traffic design engineer and a traffic analysis engineer, and who really is in charge? So, on one side, you have the traffic design engineers. I actually call those people the artists of the road. They are the ones designing the traffic signs, the traffic signals, the traffic illumination, the roadway network. They make sure that everything is perfect and what they're designing on paper is actually what's being seen when construction is completed. They use softwares like MicroStation, Open Road Design, AutoCAD to bring things to life. They spend hours behind the computer screen clicking lines and symbols and all of that they generate actually. So if you ever driven on the road and then you see the perfect pavement markings or the new traffic signal on the road, just know that the traffic design engineer is actually the one in charge of designing all of that. On the other hand, we have the traffic analysis engineers. These people do not really necessarily design. What they do is more data analysis. I call them the data scientists. They use past data, crash data to understand what's happening on this road. I usually call them magicians because they can predict the future. So they use past data, understand what's happening on the road, and try to predict what's going to happen 5 years from today, 10 years from today, 20 years from today. They use different data analysis software, starting with Excel, vSim, MicroStation, prediction software, and sometimes they use AI as well to help with the regression and predict whatever will happen in the future. The traffic analysis engineer actually help to model what's going to be seen when the road is being built. If we install this traffic signal at this intersection, how will it operate? You need the analysis engineer to do that. So now you know the difference. Back in the day, probably like 10, 20, 30 years ago, these two roles were distinct. We have someone being hired to be a traffic design engineer and another person being hired to be a traffic analysis engineer. But now in 2026, I see some companies training one engineer to do two roles. We're pretty much doing two jobs and getting paid the same money. Well, that's how business make money. So at the end, you realize that both the traffic design engineer and the traffic analysis engineer, they're actually very, very important. One person design how the road will look like, and then the other person analyze and see how the road actually operates. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They all work hand in hand as a team, because at the end of it all, for a road to work effectively and save life, we need both the design engineer and the analysis engineer to work together. My name is Livingston. I'm a transportation engineer. As you can tell, my goal is to break down complex transportation engineering concepts for you to understand. There is more.